Good afternoon and welcome to our FinBiz 2030 webinar on greenwashing. Avoid, identify and act. For those of you who are not aware, Finance and Business 2030, or FinBiz 2030 as we like to call it, is an initiative that was founded in 2019 by chartered accountants worldwide and One Young World as a legacy program for young finance and business leaders who want to work together or individually to tackle UN Sustainable Development Goals. It is becoming increasingly clear that going green is good for business. More and more stakeholders, from investors to board members and regulators to consumers, are asking companies to be low carbon and environmentally friendly. But how can you ensure your organization's environmental statements are accurate and are not susceptible to allegations of greenwashing? In this webinar, we have a truly international expert panel of 5 speakers from Ireland, the UK, South Africa, Moldova and Japan who will help guide you on what greenwashing is and how to avoid it and what you need to do if you suspect it is happening within your organisation. You'll be able to download a useful guide with key takeaways from this session via the QR code, which hopefully should be on the screen now, or by heading over to the Chartered Accountants Worldwide website. Now, it's amazing to see how many people have joined us today. We have over 1,200 attendees online from 62 countries, which is both humbling and exceptional. With that out of the way, we will crack on with the session, kicking off with a few introductory words from Michael Izza, Chairman of Chartered Accountants Worldwide and CEO of the Institute of Chartered Accountants England and Wales. So, Michael, the screen is yours.
Thanks, Dan. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure as Chairman of Chartered Accountants Worldwide and the CEO of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales to welcome you to this FinBiz 2030 webinar about greenwashing and the role of chartered accountants, finance and business professionals. Companies have got a responsibility to provide accurate information to their stakeholders, and we as chartered accountants have a duty to ensure that this information is transparent and honest. It's important that we as chartered accountants are aware of greenwashing and understand our role in identifying, preventing and reporting on it. The consequences of greenwashing are, as you'll hear later, significant. Not only does it harm the environment, but it also damages the reputation of honest businesses and erodes trust in the market. Furthermore, it can lead to financial losses for investors who rely on accurate information when making investment decisions. So what can we do as finance professionals to prevent greenwashing? Firstly, we need to be aware of the signs of greenwashing. These can include vague and misleading language, unverifiable claims, and the lack of third-party certification. We need to question the information provided by companies and verify their claims through independent research and analysis. Secondly, we need to promote transparency and accuracy in reporting. As chartered accountants, we play a key role in ensuring that financial and non-financial information is reported accurately and transparently. We need to encourage companies to report on their environmental impacts in a clear and honest manner using internationally recognised frameworks and standards. Lastly, we need to report instances of greenwashing when we come across them. This means reporting to regulatory bodies or industry watchdogs when we suspect that a company is engaging in misleading or false advertising. By doing so, we can help to hold companies accountable and prevent them from misleading consumers and investors. I'd like to thank our esteemed panel for giving their time today and to you, the audience, for joining us. I hope you'll find this session useful and that it will help you to identify, prevent and report on greenwashing in the future. Thanks, Dan. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Michael. That is, clearly there is a big role for chartered accountants to play in dealing with, identifying, dealing with, reporting, and really addressing the subject of greenwashing within the companies that they are in or that they operate with. And I think we're going to be hearing much more about this in today's session. But before we do so, I'd like to quickly hand over to Kate Robertson, who's the co-founder and chief executive of One Young World, for some further words of welcome. Kate.
To everybody, hello to FinBiz all over the world. Firstly, a particular thanks to the team at Chartered Accountants Worldwide, who are completely amazing. Michael, salute you, all due respect, and particular thanks to the amazing Ruth. Thank you so much for all you are doing for the world, and it is for the world. Why do we say that? If we want to make change in the world, or we want to do anything of value, it is going to have to be measured. And the people who are going to be doing the measuring are the people on this call. It's going to be the chartered accountants. You'd almost get to a point where you say nothing matters more. Because to do the things that we value, we will have to measure them. And this comes to greenwashing. It comes to the whole carbon. It's not even a debate anymore. The whole crisis. And it's this. What I would say to you as someone who's spent far too many, well over 30 years in the world of advertising and marketing, greenwashing is a marketing thing. It's a way of saying, look at us, we're doing nice things. What it's come to also do is to mask the bad things. So if you look over here, it's like a magician, look at my nice things, leave my bad things over there, and that's what we're talking about here. But what I would urge you, as the qualified, highly educated professionals, every single one of you are, is I would urge you, where you see greenwashing, call it, but don't get tied up in greenwashing and debating the greenwashing. When you see greenwashing, you call it, you say, I think that's greenwashing. But make sure you ask the next question. And the next question is this. Yeah? If you are, for example, a company that has made its money out of fossil fuels, so let's go straight to the heart of the matter here, and they're talking about their investments in renewables, for which, hallelujah, then you say, hold on, you're greenwashing, but what I would like to know, what percentage of your profits and investments per year are going into renewables, and how are you scaling those up? And are you going to do 50 times more next year? Because that's what the world's hoping you're going to do. And push that end. Let me tell you something, and I know this from personal knowledge, bitter experience. If you're not asking about the better things people are doing and forcing them to quantify and accelerate those, from a marketing perspective, they don't have any particular reason to do anything more than they're doing. Because somebody in there, some shareholder, some stakeholder goes, well, we're doing all that stuff, and, the activists and these people, they don't care that we're doing it. So the only arguments that stand are the arguments that only you, the chartered accountants, can make. You can count. You can say you invested $50 billion last year in fossil. You say that you're doing lots for renewable. You've only invested $10 billion. Why isn't that the other way around? And keep pushing it to tell you something else that you need to know about greenwashing. And it's this. We've been through many years where all of us have offsetting programs. So we create those many emissions, and then we do something that offsets them. An industry which fell into some disrepute for good reason, but is still an important thing that you do. Okay, so if somebody says to you, I have to offset 1,000 tons, and I'm doing it with this scheme, what is the question? The question is an accounting question. In that offsetting, how is carbon priced? Every ton, how is it priced? I learned from a very big activist in the UK 4 years ago that one of the company schemes that had been given to One Young World to offset the costs of the summit, one of those schemes was pricing carbon at around $12 a ton. on the schemes. But the company itself behind that scheme, so one of the big energy guys, in their accounting practices, cost carbon at $42 a ton. So the offsetting is kind of 25% what it needs to be. But the only people who can find out that information is you guys. So I urge you in your professional lives to understand your value to the world. It's beyond price. Nobody else is going to hold greenwashing to account, but it's not the greenwashing itself. It's what goes on behind. It's the numbers. It's not the opinions that matter. It's the numbers. And for this, the world looks to you. So I say from me here in Belfast, wearing the green for a different reason, for me here in Northern Ireland in Belfast to say to all of you, thank you for every single thing you do in your work, the good that you do in the world, holding all of us, holding business and governments to account. Only you can do this job. So thank you, all of you. I thank Chartered Accountants worldwide for this precious community. It's one of the best things we do all year. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all of us at One Young World. And good luck.
Thank you so much for those words, Kate. I'm no mathematician, I'm no accountant, but I think we can all recognize lies when we see them. And, these lies are incredibly important, aren't they? They're just in the sense that there's a reputational risk, clearly. There's a regulatory risk. There's a financial risk. But ultimately, it's the risk to the environment. If we don't get these things right, the climate goals will not be achieved if people aren't being held to account on these things. And that's the role, I guess, of the accountant here.